All right. It is 6 p.m. and we're going to work on some Dungeons and Dragons tonight. It's Tuesday night, so we usually work on the Gothic horror campaign setting. But Strixhaven dropped today, so we're going to take a look at Strixhaven first, and then we're going to work on some Gothic horror second after we, take in some of the Strixhaven business. Now, this don't look too close at the table of contents if you don't want spoilers, because we're gonna try to avoid talking about the 4 different adventures that are included in this source book, which is pretty awesome. Because I will be honest, I was kind of stumped how to run a Magic School campaign or adventure that wasn't already covered by Little Witch Academia, Harry Potter, all the Harry Potter before and afters. I don't know, every shonen anime. So I was like kind of racking my brains, like what kind of adventure could I possibly run in Strixhaven, and they give you 4 different ones, so that's pretty cool. But we're not going to talk about those today because I don't want to spoil it for anyone that is planning to play them. But we are going to go over the setting, the new character options, and the magic. I mean, I don't know how much we're going to cover. We're only going to be looking at it for an hour. But I have heard that some of the new magic is pretty broken. Yeah. So that's going to be pretty exciting. So let's jump into this thing. We're on DNDBeyond because real books are gross. No, I just make a habit of not really having real books. You see, all the books that you see in the background behind me, that's pretty much all the books I own. I don't really own any books. All right. Welcome to Strixhaven. The mission of Strixhaven University is to discover and preserve magical knowledge, to disseminate that knowledge from one generation to the next, to promote free and open study of magic in all its forms, and to enhance the lives of people throughout the world through the use of magic. Oh, I am down for that shit, for sure. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Alright, we got a beautiful letter. It's shaped like a fucking owl, and it can fly. I don't know where they're getting the inspiration for this stuff. It's crazy. A magical world boasts many places where students can study magic and make sages who take eager learners under their wings. But being accepted to Strixhaven University is a special honor, the dream of many young students. Strixhaven is a place of enlightenment and learning, and both its graduates and its delegates are typically welcomed and respected wherever they go. Founded 7 centuries ago by 5 ancient dragons, I have their cards, by the way, hey. Strixhaven is the premier institution of magical learning, drawing promising young mages from all over. Each equipped with its own campus and faculty, Strixhaven's 5 colleges, summarized in the Colleges of Strixhaven table, cover a vast array of academic and magical specialties. As a Strixhaven student, you start with a well-rounded education and a rigorous first-year program. In your second year, a campaign that lasts more than 1 year in game. It's glorious. In your second year, you choose your preferred specialty in one of 5 colleges. You also partake in a vibrant campus life with plenty of clubs and other activities. You might even play on one of Strixhaven's prestigious Mage Tower teams, I am curious, and bask in the adoration of cheering crowds. Keep in mind, we already have an amazing D&D sports game via Valda's Spire, so it's exciting that we will get another magical sports game to play in D&D. And technically 2 more magical sports games came with Rime of the Frost Maiden for a total of 4 magical sports games. So you could finally run your D&D sports anime fantasy that you've always wanted. So that's pretty exciting. All right. The only thing I know about Strixhaven is that I bought a box of Strixhaven cards and I liked them. That's it. That's all I know about it. So this book is hopefully going to educate me on that. I'm also becoming a huge fan of the Magic the Gathering Dungeons and Dragons mashup that they are creating. As a former Planescape DM, it makes my heart full of happiness to see essentially a new type of Planescape unfolding, one like plane of existence at a time. I'm very, very excited about that. All right, so the 5 colleges are Lorehold, explores the past and preserves its lessons for future generations, also called the College of Archaeomancy. Prismari uses the elements to practice the arts. It is also called the College of the Elemental Arts. They're like evokers, a lot of evoking going on there. Quandrix focuses on the mathematics of nature, also called the College of Numeromancy. Silverquill teaches the magic of rhetoric, poetry, oration, and writing, also called the College of Eloquence. Hey, there's like a College of Eloquence already in D&D. That's pretty interesting. And Witherbloom harness the forces of life and death, also called the College of Essence Studies. All right. So this book is your guide to life at Strixhaven and Dungeons and Dragons. Chapter 1 is going to give you an overview of your life at Strixhaven. Chapter 2 is going to help you develop your character. Chapters 3 through 6 provide a campaign that is meant to advance characters from 1st to 10th level. So it's 4 different adventures that cover your 4 years of study. I am insanely jealous that I cannot play in this Strixhaven campaign. I want to pick up my desk and I want to throw it out the 3rd story window that I'm next to. That's how upset I am that I can't participate in this upcoming Strixhaven game that someone on my server is running. Sylvia the Enchantress, I'm very sad. I hope your game is really, really successful because I'm very excited about it. I hope somebody streams it so I can watch it. Chapter 7 is a collection of stat blocks for students, faculty, and various creatures that you could find. Whether your student adventurers get caught in a duel with their rivals or face the dreaded Mage Hunter. Well, that sounds cool. The stat blocks in this chapter give you the information you need to resolve the situation. All right. The following subsections present 3 important facts to keep in mind as you explore these pages. Strixhaven is a university. This assumes that your player characters are in fact students at the university. Even if they get caught up in adventures, they still have obligations to class, homework, and exams. Optional rules in Chapter 3 will reinforce the importance of studying in the adventure. The characters are also subject to the authority of the university's faculty and staff members. So you get that Snape up in there. Good shit. Oh, thank you, Lex. You want to play a non-magical janitor? Get out of here! Come on now. Alright, finally, student characters are part of... At least play a non-magical half-giant who collects monsters. Jeez. Finally, student characters are part of a school community. They live in university housing, eat in dining halls, and spend the majority of their life on campus. They eat, sleep, study, socialize, and adventure as part of the community. The school is like a town where a relatively small cast of characters can play significant roles over the course of the campaign. Oh, NPC-driven. Oh, my God. Alright. I'm not trying to like pat myself in the back here, but I kind of feel like I could run a really good Strixhaven game. Because I got some pretty good NPCs. And if it's an NPC-driven game with like relationship-driven like milestones and, you know, man. Alright. Whatever. We're going to run Witchlight first because that's also an amazing adventure. It's an academy of mages. Study at Strixhaven isn't about being a wizrobe, but about learning to be a historian, an artist, an orator, a scientist, or some other profession while using magic to enhance your abilities. Characters of any class can study at Strixhaven, whether they're full-fledged casters, or manage a spell or 2 thanks to a subclass or feat, or they manifest magical abilities that aren't even spells. For example, Barbarian of the Ancestral Guardian. Magic is everywhere on campus. The campus culture encourages finding magical solutions to your mundane problems. Alright, all that sounds good. It's cosmopolitan. Yes! Strixhaven draws students and faculty from across the world and other realms in the multiverse. Miniature Planescape. The university students and faculty are united by a desire to learn. And include humans, elves, owlin, orcs, trolls, vampires, and studious folk of many other origins. But do you give me the stats for trolls, you sons of bitches? Do you give us the stats for trolls? Do you? Oh, sorry. In practical terms, for player characters, you can use the rules found in any D&D book to select a player's race if the DM approves. For non-player characters, you'll meet pixies, dryads, treants, giants, and more. The faculty members are mentioned in Chapter 1 and include genasi, tritons, and even a bipedal brown bear. That is no doubt a relative of Smasher and Crusher, known as Learner. Or Teacher. To the faculty and students of Strixhaven, it is unremarkable to meet someone who hails from far-off lands, since almost everyone on campus is from somewhere else. Yeah, I've been to college. I know what you're talking about. Strixhaven's world. All right. Premier institution of magical learning in the multiverse of Magic the Gathering, Strixhaven is located in a world called Arcavius, which, according to legend, formed from the collision or merging of two other worlds. It is situated on the northeastern portion of a continent called Orithia, also known as the Vastlands, which is populated by a tremendous variety of people. For purposes of D&D, though, you can play Strixhaven wherever it fits best for your campaign. In a world of your own creation, in a published D&D setting such as Forgotten Realms or Eberron, in the planar cosmopolis of Sigil, or in an interplanar nexus that allows it to draw students from across the material plane or the entire multiverse. Whatever world you decide to play Strixhaven in, 3 elements of the wider world of Arcavius might have some impact on adventures at the school. Snarls and star arches, as described in Player's Handbook. Magic suffices all existence. Okay, let's see. In these places, spells can be amplified or distorted in unpredictable ways. Oh, that's pretty dope. Alright. Founder Dragons. Strixhaven University is founded by 5 arcane dragons who, according to legend, hatched from the magical energies of the newborn world of Arcavius. Oh, that's dope. These founder dragons were among the first to master magic, and they realized that only through disciplined study would magic be safe in the hands of other people. To this day, the Founder Dragons roam the world. They no longer associate directly with Strixhaven, preferring to let the deans of the colleges speak in their stead. The dragons' knowledge is vast, but their tempers can prove short. Mages seek them out only to learn the most elusive secrets, and you could look at their stat blocks in Chapter 7. Maybe we'll check that out. Alright, Archaics and the Oracle. The Oracle of Strixhaven is the wisest and most accomplished mage in the world of Arcavius, selected by the Founder Dragons. The Oracle's lifelong task is to ensure magic is used by people and not twisted to evil ends. Mysteriously linked to the Oracle, Archaics are wise, giant, long-lived beings with an innate talent for magic. They can be seen striding through the wilds, exploring sources of magic with their many arms, or contemplating existence through their eye, which functions as a magical focus of some kind. That sounds dope. Few know the Archaic's existence is linked to a time-warping phenomenon. Oh, we won't talk about that. That sounds like some campaign spoilers. Let's keep going. Oh, look at this gorgeous-ass art. You can just kind of picture it. It's like a tapestry at the school. Alright, very cool, very cool. So, let's see. That brings us to Chapter 1. That was all just the intro. Oh, Professor Ruxa is the bear? Okay. I thought it was Teacher. That makes more sense. Let's see. Strixhaven University sparkles with the enthusiasm of its students and faculty as they study, debate, and experiment with magic in all of its forms. This lady is fighting a goat, but I think the goat used to be a person. I don't know. During a duel in the Hall of Oracles, the student transfers her opponent to a goat, who is held back by a friend. Hype. That's not bad. Turning somebody into a goat? That's some 4th level magic, man. Shit. You must be ready to graduate. The fundamental work at Strixhaven is the application of magic to academic study. Students and faculty aren't limited to magical topics alone. They pursue studies in every facet of existence, magical or otherwise. So, a lot of nerd shit going on here. At Strixhaven, historians call the spirits of the... Timeout. I would totally want to take the nerdiest characters from every campaign I've run and add them as teachers and staff to this setting. Hypatia, the Medusa math teacher, I just feel like it's a natural fit. I don't know. Maybe that's too self-insertion. I don't know. Anyways, let's see. Strixhaven historians call Spirit of the Dead to aid their lessons about the past. Very cool. Arcanobiologists use necromancy to pull at life and coax out death while teaching about the natural world. I love it. Principles and polarities. The colleges and curriculum at Strixhaven are organized around the idea of philosophical principles joined in concordant opposition. Each school embraces the paradoxical unity of two polar principles: life and death, order and chaos, reason and emotion, and so on. The 5 founding dragons are thought to embody the coexistence of these principles, while the 10 deans of the college stand for the individual principles distinguished from their opposites. Alright, sounds good. A student's course of learning at Strixhaven involves exploring the tension between these opposing principles, which typically involves late-night arguments in residence halls and study rooms. Oh, it definitely has like a Planescape vibe to it, with like the arguments of beliefs and support of those beliefs and the conflicts of them. The university's teaching philosophy is built on the idea that exploring opposites leads to understanding of a greater whole. Faculty. Faculty members are mages and scholars, experts in their field. Some faculty members value research more than teaching, while others make education their highest priority. All find some balance between the two. Strixhaven's faculty begin their career as instructors, focusing primarily on teaching classes and crafting curriculum, while the school administration evaluates their performance. It'd be kind of nice, hear me out, it'd be kind of nice if they had added extra rules to play as the staff. If you have like a group of people that don't want to repeat being students, right? Like I don't want to go back to school when I'm playing a game. It would have been kind of cool if they had some optional rules for like, how do you run a campaign for teachers? Because like, when you read the Harry Potter books, like, I'm always curious what the teachers are getting up to and what the teachers are doing. But maybe that's because I'm old. I don't know. Sounds like a DM's Guild product that needs to happen. Is Strixhaven, I don't know, staff guy handbook. I don't know. Anyways, let's keep going. Let's see. Professors who have distinguished themselves over the course of a long career, maybe 20 years, hope to be recognized with the title of Professor. This is bestowed in recognition of groundbreaking research as well as exceptional teaching. Upon retiring, a professor receives the title of Mage Emeritus. Mage Emeriti are held in high esteem and welcome to campus as guest lecturers. Because, wait, listen, wasn't like Indiana Jones a college teacher? And he was always going out on adventures. Like, where's my teacher's, like, supplement for this shit? Just saying. Alright, let's keep going. Students at Strixhaven spend their first year in a course of general studies, lays the foundation for more specialized work to follow. During this year, they wear a uniform of black, white, and gray. They're encouraged to study broadly so they can become acquainted with the different range of disciplines. First-year students live in dormitories located in the central campus and often form close friendships that last throughout their educational careers, even when members of tight-knit groups of friends join different colleges in their second year. Okay, I like that. Before their second year of study, students choose one of the 5 colleges to be their academic home for the remainder of their education. 2 counselors. Upon choosing a college, a student is assigned 2 professors to serve as counselors to help them plan a course of studies. Alright. Some students, having chosen a college, spend virtually all the remaining school years on that campus and study with those professors, diving into preferred areas of study and related field. Other students may take as many as a third of their classes in other colleges, continuing the breadth of their first year education and looking for places where the perspectives of other disciplines can bring new insight into their studies. After Strixhaven. A student's course of study at Strixhaven lasts for at least 4 years, but allows for advanced study for several years beyond that time frame. Most students eventually graduate, though, and they walk a variety of paths after leaving the university. Many return to whatever home they came from, putting what they have learned to use in their communities. Aw, I love this. Administration. The day-to-day functioning of Strixhaven relies on hundreds of laborers, clerks, coaches, administrators, and others. These personnel include folk like Mavinda Sharpbeak, the kindly Owlkin guidance counselor who takes first-year students under her wing, and Guillaume, the troll chef of Witherbloom College. I have his card also. In addition to legions of people who devote their lives to the university's operations, numerous automatons and artificial life forms, various kinds of constructs serve various roles, including campus guides and library assistants. All these operations are managed by an administration, blah, 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 10 deans. Yeah, I got it. Each of Strixhaven's 5 colleges has a mascot, a small creature associated with the magic of the school. Well, I hope there's an adventure involving stealing mascots, because if there's not stealing mascots, they have failed all my expectations. Anyways, The Strixhaven mascot stable lists the mascots. What are they? Lorehold Spirit Statue. Boo. Art Elemental. Oh, that's dope. Fractal makes sense. Silverquill has an Inkling, of course, and Witherbloom has a Pest. All right. Campus overview. Strixhaven occupies hundreds of acres spread out over 6 campuses. Each of the university's 5 colleges has its own campus, and the central campus, home to the Biblioplex and Strixhaven Stadium, serves as a hub for university life. Ooh. That's cool. I thought they'd milk more art from the cards, honestly. It looks like they've actually included quite a bit of original art in this book. But after seeing all the art that they had lifted from the Forgotten Realms set in Fizzbands, I really thought that they'd be doing that for this book. Let's see. Well-maintained roads connect all 6 campuses. Walking from one to another could take half an hour or more. Shuttles, large carriages drawn by horse-like autonoma, run on hourly schedules. Nice. Cutting the journey down to about 15 minutes. And multiple teleportation circles faculty and more advanced students can use when they require instantaneous travel. Nice. The central campus, shown on map 1.1, is the heart of Strixhaven. Beautiful. I like the style of this map, honestly. It looks like something you'd see in an old-timey book. Would be cool family D&D, like child and parent game, where one parent is a teacher and their child is a student they're mentoring. Oh, yeah. Like, I feel like this setting would really open up a lot of possibilities for more contemporary feeling games. You know, like, you don't stress about a lot of the stuff you normally stress about in D&D, a lot of the crunch, because magic. So you could just focus on, like, the story you want to tell, and you don't have to worry about any of the mundanities that sort of flavor a traditional D&D game. I think that's going to be one of the big pulls of this setting. So bibliotheques, I'm assuming, is a big ass library. Archway Commons. Apparently, there's a cafe, the Fire Jolt Cafe. Cram information and caffeine. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Bozen Tavern. Nice. At the western end of the Dawnbow, where it meets the ground, stands a smaller university landmark, Bozen Tavern, which serves as a hangout for older students. The tavern's manager is a kind of strict orc named Tolk the Bulk Tusktooth. Hell yeah. And Strixhaven Stadium, where you could play not Quidditch. Awesome. Lorehold College is where the archaeomancy happens. I think this is like red and white in the Magic game or whatever, and like basically they deal with like ripping spirits out of the ground and shit, and then like telling the spirits like, tell me what it was like when you were alive. That's my basic understanding. Lorehold College is devoted to the study of history, broadly understood to include the various aspects of culture, behavior, and social relationships that shape historical events. Its studies include various subdivisions of history, archaeology, anthropology, psychology, sociology, religion, and economics. And thanks to the limited skills of 5th edition D&D, all of that summed up by the history skill. So you may want to tap Advanced 5e for some extra skills to add to your Strixhaven game. Otherwise, it's going to feel a little flat, I think. Definitely going to add some more skills. Order and Chaos. Lorehold's 2 deans carry the titles of Dean of Order and Dean of Chaos. As Order versus Chaos encapsulates the fundamental conflict at the heart of Lorehold's philosophy. Yeah, that's true. These are the things that drive history. And then we've got Lorehold Scholars, the different types of jobs that you could get, and then the principles that you would follow. Very cool. It's got samples of the faculty. Very cool. And let's see. And then they've got a map of the campus, which is very cool. And then they got a player version of the map. I don't want to go into too much detail in case there's some secret stuff that might be important for the adventures that people are going to play in. Prismari College. This is red and blue, if I'm remembering correctly, from Magic the Gathering. This is all about casting evocation spells. Let's see. The mage students of Prismari wield magic in spectacles of creativity, masterpieces of showy over-the-top magic. They use elemental magic to express who they are and how they see the world, often combining different types of energy: fire, water, air, earth, lightning, heat, cold, in powerful expressions of conflict and harmony. Let's see. Prismari College is dedicated to the arts. Its scholars view art as the fundamental form of self-expression and magic as a tool. So this is where I went to school. Cool. A medium and an inspiration. Prismari students focus on visual arts, including architecture, painting, and sculpture, and performing arts, such as dance, music, and theater. This curriculum overlaps with Lorehold in the field of art history and with Silverquill in the literary arts. Very cool. The Dean of Perfection, that's a tough job to keep, and the Dean of Expression. Alright, then we've got... Ooh, that's dope looking. Shit. Wow. Alright. And then, oof. Oh, so cool. Alright. And then we got Quandrick College, is the College of Numeromancy, a term that encompasses the study of patterns, fractals, and symmetries to wield power over the fundamental mathematics of nature. This is blue and green, I want to say. Quandrick's mages can summon creatures made of fractals or turn abstract theories into towering, spiraling patterns. They love to expand and multiply, and can increase their knowledge or size by bending numbers. They dwell in the overlap between the theoretical and the natural. The fabric of their robes, the nature of their spells, they make use of repeated elements, clever symmetries, and surprising geometry to express the complex truths they study. Alright, super cool. Extremely cool. Oh my god. This, man. I don't know. When you do high magic well... it's just stunning. Yeah. I hate settings that say they're high magic, and then they don't have shit like this. You know what I'm saying? This is high magic. This is high magic. Don't tell me a high magic setting, and you just got like a castle with a moving staircase. This is high magic. So... Yeah. There's no safety protocols here. They're only the strong survive to become wizrobes. Alright? God. I just love the choice they made for the maps. I know that I can be kind of a snob about maps, but like I really love like the ink and watercolor that they went with for the maps quite a bit. All right, Silverquill, aka not Slytherin. Silverquill is the College of Eloquence, and its mages, stylish, intimidating, and driven, are masters of the magic of words. They create spells from spoken word battle poetry. That's right, epic rap battles of history. They started here. Or magical manifestations of the written word, scribing patterns of runic ink in the air. These mages make for natural leaders, fiercely competitive, with a piercing wit and a never second place attitude. Again, this is not Slytherin. Whatever you thinking, it's not Slytherin. These guys are silver and black, not silver and green. It's completely different. In Magic the Gathering, it is white and black are the colors. Alright. And then they've got kind of a more laid-back setting, but pools of living ink is pretty dope. And I like how the geometry is all like super razor-sharp quills while still keeping like a gothic sort of design there. Very, very cool. There's the map. Skip, skip, skip. And then finally, Witherbloom, which one of the commander decks I like to run is based on Witherbloom. It's like really fun to play with like your life and death points and all that jazz. At Witherbloom, the College of Essence Studies, mages draw power from the opposing forces of life and death. These mages brew their spells from natural components in the essence of living creatures, using that power to heal or harm the living, or to raise or entreat the dead. They can use entire forests to they can cause entire forests to blossom out of nowhere, or call down old curses that scourge flesh from bone. That's important to learn at college. Some Witherbloom mages defend ecosystems from pollution, while others revel in the power of corruption. They're at home riding zombie crocodiles down a languid river, picking herbs for a potion to treat a disease, brooding over a chorus of swamp frogs, or summoning fearsome avatars of nature. Honestly, all the colleges sound super dope. I would be hard-pressed as a player designing a character to pick a college because they all sound really, really cool. And this is the Witherbloom facility, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then there's the map for it. All right. And that is that. All right. So next up, we're looking at character options. Chapter 2, character options. Well, now that we've fallen in love with the world, what do we got for character options? I mean, you said trolls. I can't wait to see the troll race you promised. Where's the trolls? Let me see them. Oh, it's just owls. Cool. We needed more bird races. Hooray. No, I mean, I know everybody's excited for these owls, but wouldn't it have been cool to get trolls? I'm just saying. Trolls would have been nice. Also, there's literally a Loxodon in the promo art, and they didn't do a Loxodon stat block here. You have to go get Ravnica to get your Loxodons. That kind of hurts a little bit. You can't keep anybody happy, though. Some people would have like complained that they reprinted material that already existed in the book. They always get mad when they reprint material. And then other people will be really happy because they're like, hey, it makes sense because maybe I didn't want to get Ravnica, but I did want to get this, and now I get Loxodon. Anyways, ability scores. They're using the new 2 scores, 1x2 and 1x1, or 3x1, which I think is the best way to handle ability scores. I don't think ability scores should be tied to your race because that encourages metagaming. Languages. You get to choose your own languages. Makes sense for a cosmopolitan setting. Creature type is handled by your race. Lifespan. Alright, so let's get in here. Owlins. Alright. Distant kin of giant owls from the Feywild. Owlin come in many shapes and sizes, from petite and fluffy, like the ones from World of Warcraft, Shadowlands, to wide-winged and majestic. Owlin have arms and legs like other humanoids, as well as wings that extend from their back and shoulders. Like owls, Owlin are graced with feathers that make no sound when they fly or move, making it easy for them to sneak up on you in the library. That's a weird flex. Your Owlin character might be nocturnal, or perhaps your character is simply prone to rise later, embodying the common nickname of Night Owl. You are a humanoid. Exciting. You can be medium or small. I'm actually looking at... I don't think I'm going to have my Bloodline project finished before I run Witchlight, but I am pretty much just going to let people, if they want to be small, I don't care what race they are. If you want to be a small elf, you could be a small elf. If you want to be a small orc, you can be a small... You want to be a large or a medium goblin, you can be a medium goblin. I don't really care anymore. I really like this whole medium or small thing that they're adding to like every race. I think that is a very cool design decision. Dark vision. You can see in dim light 120 feet. Holy shit. That's pretty good. And flights. Thanks to your wings, you have a flight speed equal to your walking speed. Oh my. You can't use this fly speed if you're wearing medium or heavy armor. And you get proficiency in the stealth skill. That's a pretty good race. I mean, 120-foot dark vision and an innate flight speed that goes up with your base speed? That's pretty damn good. Wow. Alright, I think we're going to see a lot of Owlins moving forward, because holy shit. I think we're going to see a lot of reskinned Owlins. Like, why would I play a Eric Cochra anymore? Like, yeah, I don't want to use you anymore, Eric Cochra. I got Owlins. Yeah, Owlin Rogue, Owlin, well, Owlin, anything ranged. Oh my god. Alright, choosing, and that's the only race we get. No trolls. Sorry, check your DM's guild to see if somebody throws up a troll race. Maybe we'll make a troll race on stream or something. That'd be pretty fun. But yeah, no troll race. Let's see. I think there was a troll race in... What was it? Raiders of the Serpent Sea? Did they have a troll race in there? Am I remember correctly? I know that there's a troll-blooded option in Valda's. So that's probably the closest to a troll that we have access to right now. Alright, I'm off of trolls. Choose a college. At Strixhaven, students choose their colleges at the start of their second year, but even during a character's first year, you make college-related decisions for your character, such as background choice. I have heard that much like Ravnica, where your background actually gives you mechanical benefits, the same thing going on in here. So you need to be careful as a DM that when you say you could take any published background, you make sure that you understand that if players take something from Ravnica or from Strixhaven, they are going to get mechanical benefits. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's see. Strixhaven Party. If you're starting a Strixhaven campaign in the introductory adventure, that adventure gives all the advice you need to bring a party of characters together. If you start the campaign at a higher level using one of the adventures later in the book, or an adventure at your DM's own creation, there's some tips on how to bring them together. All right, let's talk about the Strixhaven backgrounds and what they do for you. You have spent your youth preparing to be a student of Lorehold College, reading every book in the college's recommended reading section. You're a super nerd. You get history, religion, and 2 languages of your choice. And you also get the Strixhaven Initiate feat. Oh my. But you must choose Lorehold with it. In addition, if you have the spellcasting or packed magic feature, the spells on your Lorehold spells table are added to the list of spells for your spellcasting class. Oh shit. Alright, comprehend languages, identify borrowed knowledge, a new spell in this book, locate objects, speak with dead, guardian, or spirit guardians. Spirit guardians on any caster? Oh shit. Spirit guardians is a good spell. Wow. Arcane Eye, Stone Shape, Flame Strike, and Legend Lore. Ooh, okay. Consider customizing how your spells look when you cast them. You want to be as nerdy as possible. I'm sorry. Your Lorehold spells might create displays of golden light. You might use a tome, or a scroll as a spellcasting focus. And your spell effects might reflect the appearance of the reference books you So yeah, as nerdy as possible. Building a Lorehold character, any class or subclass that deals with knowledge is a good fit for Lorehold bards. Lore bards, am I right? Wizards of divination, clerics of knowledge or light. Also, for the more jock-focused, Path of the Ancestral Guardian, or Paladin Oath of Ancients. Are both good picks. I like how they provide some jock options for this nerd school. That's pretty cool. And then they give you some stuff to roll on. You get special trinkets for being a nerd. All right. Prismari Student. You are an artist and you have been preparing to hone your craft according to the traditions of Prismari College. Whatever your medium, sculpture, dance, paint, music, drama, architecture, or any other field, you have grand visions of bringing your art to life in a fusion of magic and creativity. You get, for whatever reason, acrobatics and performance. You also get 1 type of musical instrument or artisan tools, and 1 language of your choice. Okay. Weird flex. I would probably have just given them 2 tool proficiencies instead of the language, but you know, whatever. Let's see. You gain the Strixhaven Initiative feat with Prismari. The spells associated with Prismari are Chromatic Orb, Thunder Wave, Flaming Sphere, Kinetic Jaunt. New spell. Haste. Haste on anybody? Oh boy. Water Walk, Freedom of Movement, Wall of Fire. Oh my god. Cone of Cold, and Conjure Elemental. Boo. Conjure Elemental is the most heartbreaking spell. Every player I have that gets Conjure Elemental is so excited. They go into battle, they go to cast it, and they find out it takes an hour to summon an elemental or whatever, and they get super sad. Oh damn, that is really cool looking. Wow. So much good art. That's probably the best thing about fusing Magic and D&D together is getting the Magic art, honestly. Quandrix Student. Alright, you are a nerd beyond all nerds. You are a math nerd. You get Arcana and Nature. 1 type of Artisan's tools, and then 1 language of your choice. The spells associated with this college are Entangle, Guiding Bolts, 2 very solid spells. Enlarge, Reduce, Vortex Warp, which we have to look up. Another Haste, Aura Vitality, very nice. Control Water, Freedom of Movement, very nice. Circle of Power, and Pass Wall. These are pretty good spells that they're allowing any character class to have access to. That is really nice. Wow. Ah. Okay. Let's see. Next up, we've got Silverquill Student. You spent your years practicing... Oh, wait. I wanted to check something. Up here. What were the recommended classes for this? Let's see. Here we go. Wizards who like abjuration, illusion, and transmutation. Sorcerers who like meta magic manipulations. And druids are the top ones here. Clerics with knowledge or nature domains. And then some fighters, monks, rangers, and rogues study here using the principles to train their minds. Okay. I was just curious what the jock options were. Well, right. Yeah, like, you have to have a spellcasting feature to get it. I don't really see too many people not just playing a spellcaster when they play in a Strixhaven game, honestly. Witherbloom Student... No? Wait, we skipped over ink. Here we go. So, let's see. Silverquills get Dissonant Whispers. Silvery Barbs. This is the spell I heard was bananas, was the Silvery Barbs spell. Calm Emotions, Darkness, Beacon of Hope, Daylight, Compulsion, Confusion, Dominate Person, very good, and Rare's Telepathic Bond, another amazing staple of 5th edition. Let's see. Wizards who study illusion and enchantment, warlocks, clerics with divine domains of light and trickery. Are you serious? You're not going to mention College of Eloquence? Oh, here we go. Many bards. There we go. It's the first thing they list. And the college attends. Sarah's going over them. Okay. Paladins and rogues also attend Silverquill College as well, highlighting the diversity of the student body. They haven't met 5th edition paladins, I guess. Witherbloom Student. You filled your childhood with rudimentary alchemical experiments, all in the hopes of becoming a student of Witherbloom College. The life sciences are the focus of your reading, which include biology and necromancy, brewing strange concoctions with medicinal properties, exploring the anatomies of monsters, cataloging swamp flora, are the kinds of studies you might pursue at Witherbloom College. Let's see. Spells associated with this school are, oh boy, Cure Wounds and Inflict Wounds, Lesser Restoration, Wither and Bloom in this book, Revivify, Vampiric Touch, Blight, Death Ward, Anti-Life Shell, and Greater Restoration. Wow. You could... Wow. Alright, that's awesome. So you could finally have a wizard who is a white mage. I know I said that with that one feat from Fizzbands, but like, this gets Cure Wounds, Lesser Restoration, and Revivify, and Death Ward, and Greater Restoration. That's amazing. That's really good. Yeah, this campaign definitely is encouraging you to play a full caster. This is the full caster campaign for sure. Druids and Warlocks make up most of their student body. A few Wizards, likely Necromancers, and Clerics of Life or Nature, but not Death. That's a weird flex. Or Grave. A number of Rangers and Barbarians study here as well, and some Rogues learn how to create and use potions during their studies at this college. Alright, what do we got here? Feats. This section introduces feats that give your character benefits associated with the colleges of Strixhaven. These feats are available to you whenever you normally choose a feat. Now here's the thing. Let me mention this. These backgrounds, they say you trained for that college and you gain those benefits. But my understanding is you don't have to go into that college. This is what you have a propensity for. This is what you have a knack for. But my understanding is that you could go in a different direction than that, which is kind of cool. Like maybe your whole family was a Witherbloom, alumni, and then you decide to go a different direction. You get the bennies of going Witherbloom background, but then you learn magic from like a different group. That'd be kind of cool. All right. Strixhaven Initiative. Let's find out how this works. You have studied some magical theory and have learned a few spells associated with Strixhaven University. Choose one of the colleges. You learn 2 cantrips and 1 first-level spell based on the college you choose. Keep in mind, this is from the background. You're getting essentially a bonus feat from your background in this campaign setting. So this is very much only for this campaign setting. If you are allowing any background at all from published Wizards of the Coast stuff, you may want to specify whether or not you're allowing it from this source book, because this is giving them a free spellcasting feat at first level. You can choose. Let's see. One first level spell based on the college you choose, as specified on the tables. All right. You can cast. Let's see. But I think the feat said you have to choose the same college. Well, let's see. Your spellcasting ability is Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma. Choose when you select this feat. That's very generous. You can choose the first level spell without or you can cast the chosen spell without a spell slot. You must finish a long rest before you can cast it again this way. You can also cast a spell using any spell slots that you have. That's it though. I mean, there's no requirement that you go in that direction. That's just the one that you initially trained for. And technically they're feats, so you could take a different feat later on. So if you, at level 4, were like, hey, I was originally going to go into Witherbloom, but now I'm going to go into Silverquill, like, you just take Silverquill. That's pretty cool. All right, and this is the table down here, so you're not even restricted to the ones that were listed before in your background. So if you take the background, you get the feat for free, but must pick the same college as the background. Yeah. And then yeah, exactly. And then you could take the other feats as you level up. Oh man, this is really cool for like creating a custom spell list for your character. This is a pretty cool mechanic. All right, then we've got, oh shit. Is this a feat with a level gate? Strixhaven mascot. Prerequisite. Must be level 4. Must have Strixhaven initiative feat. Oh, shit. You have learned how to summon a Strixhaven mascot to assist you, granting these benefits. You can cast Find Familiar as a ritual. Okay, that's awesome. Your familiar can take the form of the mascot associated with the college you chose for the Strixhaven initiative feat. All of these creatures appear in Chapter 7. When you take the attack action on your turn, you can forego one attack and allow your mascot familiar to make one attack with its reaction. Okay. If your mascot familiar is within 60 feet of you, you could teleport as an action, swapping places with your familiar. If your destination space is too small for you to occupy, the teleportation fails and is wasted. Once you teleport this way, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest, unless you expend a spell slot of 2nd level or higher to do it again. Wow! That's pretty cool. No wonder they made it have a prerequisite. But I want to say this is the first official level-gated feat. Right? Is this the first official level-gated feat? Because that's awesome. I don't feel bad about level-gating the feats on our homebrew document anymore for sure, if like it's officially a thing now. That's fantastic. All right. And then we're going to talk about the spells, I guess, because we've got a little bit of time left. Created in Strixhaven, these spells presented in this section are available to the backgrounds offered in this chapter. These spells also appear on the class list, indicated in the spells table below. Alright, so we got Silvery Barbs, Borrowed Knowledge, Kinetic Jaunt, Vortex Warp, and Wither and Bloom. And looks like Wizard gets everything, as they should. Sorcerer gets almost everything except Borrowed Knowledge. Bard gets Silvery Barbs, Borrowed Knowledge, and Kinetic Jaunt. And Artificer, nice, manages to get in there for 2 spells. And Druid only gets Wither and Bloom. Alright. Borrowed Knowledge. Duration is 1 hour. It costs 1 action as a second level spell. You draw knowledge from spirits of the past. Choose 1 skill that you lack proficiency. For the duration, you have this skill. That's awesome. Okay. That's a cool spell. I'm glad that they didn't make it, I guess I'm glad they didn't make it a ritual, because I feel like that'd be pretty abusive. And it doesn't require concentration. So you could, if you had enough spell slots, give yourself whatever skills you need. So that's cool. Kinetic Jaunt, 2nd level, and it's a bonus action. Only requires semantic components. That's important. Concentration up to a minute. You magically empower your movement with dance-like steps, giving yourself the following benefits. Walking speed increases by 10. You don't provoke opportunity attacks. You can move through the spaces of other creatures. It doesn't count as difficult terrain. If you end your turn in another creature's space, you are shunted to the last unoccupied space you occupied. The concentration aspect is kind of shit. The bonus action part is really nice. I guess if you are a hybrid caster or a non-caster, well, no, it would have to be a hybrid caster. If you're a hybrid caster and having access to that would be kind of cool. All right, here's Silvery Barbs that apparently a lot of people are upset about because it's very, very strong. One reaction which you can take when a creature you can see within 60 feet of yourself succeeds an attack roll, an ability check, or saving throw. It's only verbal, it's instantaneous, and it's a reaction, and it's a 1st level spell. You magically distract the triggering creature and turn its momentary uncertainty into encouragement for another creature. The triggering creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll. Oof. Oof. Oh my god. That's nasty. You can then choose a different creature you can see within range, and you can choose yourself. The chosen creature has advantage on the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw it makes within 1 minute. A creature can be empowered by only one use of the spell at a time. Holy shit. Bard, Sorcerer, Wizard gets access to this. Oh my god. That's... oof. 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 Wow. That's kind of like... it's kind of like the Lucky Feat on tap, as long as you have spell slots. Not the best Lucky Feat ever, but it's pretty damn good. I prefer it to the Lucky Feat, yeah. Wow. Holy shit. I mean, I could see that. I could see this spell showing up all the time. All the time. Like, yeah. Especially at higher levels where you don't have anything to do with your 1st level spell slots. Hell yeah, I'm going to use my reaction every turn to cast this fucking spell. Oh my god. That's ridiculous. Wow. At least it doesn't scale, I guess. But holy shit, that's good. Alright, Vortex Warp. 2nd level Conjuration, 1 action, V and S, instantaneous, 90 feet. You magically twist space around another creature you can see within range. They must do a Constitution saving throw. Or the target can choose to fail. All right. Or the target is teleported to an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within range. The chosen space must be on a surface or in a liquid that can support them. So you can't teleport people straight up into the air. So that's good. Without having to squeeze. Alright, so it has to be a surface or a liquid that can support them. Alright. When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 3rd level or higher, the range increases by 30 feet for each spell slot above 2nd level. That's a cool-ass spell. Holy shit, that's cool. Alright. And then finally, let's see. Wither and Bloom. 2nd level Necromancy. Casting time, 1 action. 60 feet. Instantaneous. You invoke both death and life upon a 10-foot radius sphere centered at a point within range. Each creature of your choice must make a Constitution saving throw, taking 2d6 necrotic damage on a failed save, half as much on a successful one. Non-magical vegetation in the area withers. In addition, one creature of your choice in that area can spend and roll one of its unspent hit dice and regain a number of hit points equal to the roll plus your spellcasting ability modifier. I love seeing hit dice mechanics finally being used. It's good that we've run out of things to do with temp hit points, and we're finally moving into the hit dice mechanics. When you cast a spell using a 3rd or higher level, increase the damage by 1d6 for each slot above 2nd, and the number of hit dice spent and added to the healing roll increased by 1 for each slot above 2nd. Those are some cool spells. I definitely agree that Silvery Barbs is bananas, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's see. I think the one server I was on, they were talking about Silvery Barbs. Yeah, so this guy has made a video called the new best spell in D&D. So I'm going to link his video right there so you can go check it out. The guy spends 10 minutes talking about how good Silvery Barbs is. Yeah. Overall, I would allow Silvery Barbs. I think it sounds really, really fun, and it does tax their resources, so, you know, it is what it is. I think it would be obnoxious to have to deal with it for if like many people in the party took it, like if everybody took it. Oh my god! But still, it's a pretty fun spell. All these spells actually look really, really fun, and the backgrounds look fun, and the setting looks fun. I'm just really impressed. I'm really impressed overall. Let's see. We got magical items here. Bottle of boundless coffee. Cuddly Strixhaven mascots. The Lorehold Primer and the primer for each of the colleges. Level 1 spell scrolls. 50 gold. Common item in this setting. Strixhaven pennants. +1 weapons. Actually have a official price of 300 gold. That's pretty exciting. Let's see. Bottle of boundless coffee, delicious warm coffee. The bottle comes with a stopper and is attached to the bottle by a little chain. Even when opened, it won't accept any liquid other than the coffee it produces. Coffee is always comfortably warm and none of the heat can be felt through the bottle. Each time you drink the coffee, roll a d20. On a 1, the bottle refuses to dispense coffee for the next hour. If you pour coffee from the bottle rather than drinking from it, it vanishes the moment it leaves the bottle. Yeah. Let's see. Cuddly Strixhaven mascots. Representing one of the mascots of Strixhaven. If you press it to your arm, shoulder, or leg as an action, it stays attached there for 1 hour. Okay. The toy can be used to fight off fear. Oh my god. When you make a saving throw to avoid or end the frightened condition, you can give yourself advantage on the roll if the toy is on your person. You must decide to do so before rolling the d20. If the save succeeds, you can't use the toy again this way until you finish long rest. Wow. Okay, so mechanically, every character should have one of these cuddly mascots on their person at all times. So, I just think it's adorable to imagine all these badass wizards, like the Witherbloom Necromancer has like their little pest plushie on their person at all times, in case they. Yeah, why aren't they selling these plushies in their store? What a missed opportunity! Where are my Strixhaven mascot plushies? What the fuck is this? I'm returning the book. Hold on. How do we refund a book on D&D Beyond? I'm getting rid of this shit. All right, let's see what else we got. Lorehold Primer, magical textbook, 3 charges. Make an intelligence history or intelligence religion while holding it. You can expend a charge to give yourself a 1d4 bonus to the check. Oh, and you can do that after you roll the d20. In addition, if you study the primer at the end of a long rest, you can choose 1 first level spell from the cleric or wizard spell list. Before you finish your next rest, you can cast the chosen spell without a spell slot. If you are holding the primer, your spellcasting ability is your choice. Intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. Well, hot damn. That's pretty damn good. Wow. Okay, how much was this? 300 gold? Oh my god. I feel like if I played D&D again, I would try to... I don't want to say bully. I would bully my DM and be like, yo, I heard about this Strixhaven place. Can I just go there and buy everything from the gift shop and leave? Because I could definitely use all of the items from this gift shop. And they're very, very affordable. Holy shit. So what's the Prismari one do? Acrobatics and performance. If you study the primer at the end of the long rest, you get a bard or sorcerer spell. Hype. Quandrick's primer is Arcana and Nature. These do require attunement, though. So, they're definitely like a good low level. I don't know if I'd really count them as like a good high level one, but they're definitely a good low level item. In addition, you say the primer, you get Druid or Wizard. Let's see, this one is Bard or Cleric. Alright, what does the pennant do? This magical pennant bears a symbol of Strixhaven in one of its colleges. When you wave the pennant, the symbol on it glitters, and the pennant sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for another 10 feet. Okay. And then Witherbloom, you get Druid or Wizard. Awesome. Very, very cool. All right. So we can't read any more because we don't want to spoil the adventures. Plus, we're at 7 o'clock. But I did want to look at... the dragon that breathes math as its breath weapon. Is that a sliver? Are they fighting a sliver? Oh, it's a mage hunter. Okay. Dope. What the hell? Okay. So which one of these guys breathes the math? Let's see. Prismari, Quondrix. Quandrick's Pledge Mage. What's the dragon for Quandrix? I can't remember now. Let's see. Alright. Orientation. Founder Dragons. Tanazir Kwondrix. Okay. Let's see. There we go. I want to see what a math breath weapon does real quick. Oh yeah, and those primers stack with guidance, which is just bananas. And I guess if you're using advanced 5e, you'd be using expertise dice, so I don't know if it would stack with expertise dice or it would just count as an expertise dice. Tanazir Kwondrix is a gargantuan dragon wizard, and they are lawful neutral. They are a challenge rating 24, and they got 444 hit points, which obviously you'd use Giphy Glyph to adjust that. Let's see. Where is this breath weapon that breathes math? I want to see it. Tanazir excels a weakening equation in a 90-foot cone. Each creature in that area must make a DC 23 Constitution save. On a failed save, they take 45 points of force damage, 45 points of psychic damage, and is weakened until the start of Tanazir's next turn. While weakened, it has disadvantage on the following rolls that rely on strength: attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and is not weakened. Also, she can teleport at will 100 feet. I like that. And she has some innate spells, which are pretty cool. And she can fold space. Uses teleport, and then each other creature within 20 feet of the space she left must succeed on a DC 24 strength save or be pulled up to 30 feet closer to the center of that space and take a very sad amount of force damage. Fractal Refraction summons 1d4 fractal mascots in unoccupied space. She can see within 120 feet of herself. Fractal's bear commands to take the turns immediately after hers. While those fractals remain, attack rolls against Tanazir have disadvantage. Oh, that's pretty neat. A summoned fractal disappears after 1 minute, or when Tanazir dies, or uses action again. I really just wanted to see what they did with a math-based breath weapon, and I think it's pretty cool. Psychic damage and force damage that also weakens you is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Why stop at weakening? It's just use reduce. Like, just reduce them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Dom. Oh my god. Exactly. Like, why did they just make it reduce? It's math. Just reduce them. Here, we'll just change it real quick. Let's see. Snip. Let's see. Oh. Weakened and is reduced. Perfect. All right. Welp, that is Strixhaven, and I think it's awesome. Very, very excited about this campaign setting. Kicking myself for not freeing up some time to run this one because, man, it looks super duper fun. So props to anybody that gets a chance to play in this. I am super duper jealous. Hopefully I will have time to run this sometime in 2022 because damn does it look really, really cool. Now we're going to take a quick break. Going to come back and we're going to do some gothic horror stuff. And I don't know if there was really anything from this that I could use in gothic horror. So yeah, but I'll leave it open and we'll kind of poke around and see if there's anything in here that would work. Obviously there are some things in gothic horror setting that could kind of benefit from this nerd content, so we'll see how that works. All right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. This book is available at D&D Beyond or your local game store if you like real books. Yeah. I'll see you next time. Or, in 5 minutes.